Oh, how I've missed this loading screen. Man, does it bring back so many great memories. So today's video is going to be a little different. It is Sunday, and like I try to stay consistent with, is our survival Sunday runs. Now, I don't do these every single Sunday for, video-wise. I try to pepper them in whenever I can, but I do pretty much stay consistent with survival runs every single week, whether it be on Xbox or on PC. Now, a lot of people might say, well, why not PlayStation? And, well, it's a pretty simple reason. Now, years ago, the Xbox had a next-gen update where they increased the resolution and they increased the frame rates. It made it up to 60 frames per second. However, on PlayStation, they did not do the next gen update. So you are only locked to, I believe it's 30 frames per second, even if you're playing on like a PS5 or PS5 Pro, what have you. Now on Xbox, and right now I am playing on Xbox, we're able to utilize that next gen update and have fun at a top resolution and 60 frames per second. A lot of fun. The game is gorgeous. I know that this game mode is fairly old, but this is still my favorite game mode in the entire Division catalog, and it's pretty much my favorite game mode ever. I mean, it is the most immersive game mode you could possibly have, and you can do the entire thing, the entire world in PvP. So not only when you first leave the safe house in the light zone is it PvP, but also in the dark zone. Now, this was also the first game mode to introduce the hunters into the franchise. So the hunters are the infamous, top enemy NPC that you want to face up against as a division agent to test out your skills. Now, while what's going on with this connecting? It's been saying connecting for like 2 minutes now. Hold on. All right. If you are just now joining me, the Xbox servers are completely down, so I had to switch over to my PC account. And well, here we go. What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Survival Sunday episode, so I hope you enjoy, and, well, sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But the Xbox servers are down for the Division 1, so I had to jump over to my old PC account for the Division 1, and we will be doing some survival over here. Now, just a reminder, you can do survival on any level as long as you have access to the base of ops. So you can see I'm at the base of ops right here. I am only level 12, but I've played a buttload of survival, and that is the only way I'm actually leveling up, which is pretty funny. You get a few levels every run or so. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Now, survival is an expansion, so you do have to buy it, but it's right over here. And you can matchmake for either PVE or PvP. We're going to be doing PvP today, and you do get a score multiplier of 1.2 times, unlike the normal 1 multiplier for PvE. So you get a little bit more XP for doing PvP, even if you don't find anyone in there. Now, today's Survival Sunday is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to cut up my survival run and kind of walk you through exactly what I'm doing and why, to not only show you what the Division survival is like in 2025, but actually like a full guide on how to play survival PvP. I'll show you every step of the way and give you all of my tips and tricks. So I hope you enjoy. And I hope you get comfortable, because we're about to jump into survival PvP. And the wait is over. Here we go. Survival PvP. The loading for each lobby, it typically takes about, maybe about 5 minutes start to finish, depending on how many players are trying to matchmake at the same time. But usually,
get yourself into a hazmat
within
suit,
5 minutes, you're good. Now, I'm skipping this because we are playing PvP.
Readings indicate this area
and I'm going to leave this safe house as fast as possible. Well, looks like I am loaded into the church.
Warning. Vital signs indicate probable
So
infection.
for this one, I believe both of the drops are up here. Let's see. Nope. Alright, let's get out of here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pop my medicine. Oop. Oh, I just messed up.
Detected.
Ooh, I just messed up. That sucks. I just popped my med kit. This dude said, "Long live Brazil." Nice. So our global event starts tomorrow. And we'll be doing another survival run next weekend, utilizing that lovely global event. Oh, okay, I know where I'm at. Oh, we're right into my good old farming route. But we're too close to the safe house for my liking. Ooh, nice little shirt there. I do need this med kit. Bada bing, bada boom. Accidentally popped the med kit earlier.
Body temperature drop.
There we go.
Alert. Infection temporarily stabilized.
Now you want to pop your food and drinks as much as you can to keep your hunger and your food up. You don't want to be thirsty or hungry whenever you're trying to, survive or fight. Now this is going to be another spawn. Let's see. Yep, no one hit this. That's good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to farm over here and then come back to the safe house, and I'll tell you why in just a second. Yeah. Back to the first safe house. Now, the reason we are going back to the first safe house is for the extended magazine. The extended magazine is only available at the furthest safe houses. So what do I mean by that? The furthest safe houses from the dark zone. So one of these first safe houses that you encounter during every run, they will have the extended magazine attachment. So you go down to attachments, and right there, weapon mods, extended magazine. Now you are only able to get them from these safe houses, so you get 2 of them is what I recommend. One for your primary, one for your secondary. And this will automatically give you an advantage over your enemy who doesn't know this trick. So that's your first little tip and trick right there, is do that. Now next is you convert everything.
Immune response detected. Infection imminent.
I need to take medicine, so let's take some medicine.
Alert. Infection
Go.
halted.
And let's see what we can get here. We can get 1 item. Let's see. Try to make sure we have all blues. Nope, I don't want electronics. In the first part of this game, you want stamina all the way. Stamina, because it's all about survivability. That's fine. Because blue will give you more armor anyways. So now we have more toughness overall, and we could probably go ahead and craft another. Let's see. Nope, all of those are blues. That's good. Let's see if we can get better clothing. That's +4. Hold on. Yep, +4. And now we're good to go. We only have 1 weapon, but we have another extended magazine for the next weapon that we find. So just to give you a little rundown,
Core body
after the
temperature
first
dropped.
safe house, I'm already 4 out of 6 blue with 1 blue weapon. All right, let's go.
Body temperature dropping below normal levels.
That might be the longest run, but we're gonna cut it to there. That way you see what I do at my second safe house. But I will show you where I farmed. That way you know the route. But I'm not gonna show you the entire thing. Makes life a little bit easier for everyone if I just cut that part. Okay. So we have cleared this area. Now we are at our second safe house. I'll show you my exact location and how I got here. Here we go. That way I don't get shot. All right. So here's the safe house I am at. If we open up the map at its fullest.
Warning.
There we go.
Immune response detected. Infection imminent.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the dark zone around here whenever I get my mask. Now, how I got here, the last safe house I showed you was over here near the beginning of the, game. And then what I did is I went ahead and I went on a looting spree all the way up to this safe house. Okay? And we have, boop-a-doo, 58 minutes left on our clock. So we have 58 minutes left. Let's get ready for the dark zone. Now to get into the dark zone, you need the basic filter. What this does is it shows you on the map now where you can go into the dark zone. Now there are, 6 different locations to enter the dark zone. If you want to go into the contaminated part of the dark zone, you have to get the advanced virus filter. And what I do is I get the additional med kit. That way you can hold 3. As soon as you're done with that, I go to my skills. You want to get the pulse and you want the first aid. So I get the pulse. That way I see where my enemies are. I then convert all of my greens to blue. So make sure you change all your materials from green to blue. And then go back to the skills. Click first aid. Now we have both of our skills. Go back up. No, we can pick up a med kit outside. So now that we have both of our skills, right, make sure that you actually equip them. Okay. We have our skills. Our build currently is mostly blue with 1 purple. I found 1 purple out there in the wild. So let's try to get all purples for the dark zone. So you want max clothing and all purples for the dark zone. Going to our body armor, let's go ahead and start there. We have enough to craft 5. The very first one you want to do is the holster, because the holster will give you all 3 attributes. Green and blue holsters will only give you 2 out of the 3, where purple and gold will give you all 3. So let me show you. So we go from having firearms and toughness to now all 3. Look at that. Booyah. And then after that, you want to go for stamina and firearms rolls only. See, we just got a... that was bad. You typically get a stamina roll out of these knee pads. Oh my gosh, and we've gotten 2 electronics. This is bad luck. You're making me look bad, game. Alright, there we go. Stamina. Now, we just wasted a whole bunch of materials crafting 3 of those. Let's see how we can salvage this. We do have a good holster, though. Alright, let's see what I can do here. That was really bad. That was really, really bad. So we can only craft 1 more item. Let's see. Let's try for a better chest piece. We usually have good luck with the chest pieces. Come on. Stamina or firearms. It doesn't matter. Come on. Oh my gosh. Yo, we are getting the worst luck. Yo, whatever. Alright, moving on to weapons. Stupid. All right, I want a good, let's see. We want a good LMG for the PvP aspect and a good AR. So I'm going to go with, let's go with the P416 because it hits a little bit harder than the LVOAC. Self-preservation, ooh, destructive, that is good.
Warning. Vital signs indicate probable
And
infection.
actually, let's see. Do our last painkiller, so we're about to have to get out of here.
Alert. Infection temporarily stabilized.
74, but it would bump up. No, I don't want that. That's a really bad chest piece. Alright, so we got rid of that. New shirt. Nope. Okay. Go right back in. Alright, let's see what we can do. Oh yeah, weapons. So that just gave me a better AR. I do have a shotty for my secondary, so maybe I could get away with using a shotty instead of a LMG, but for PvP, I really do like the LMG because then you can just lay into them and it is a lot of fun, where the shotgun you have to play close and personal, and that's just not really good for the hunters. I might want to do M60. We'll do the M60. Alright. Oop, got a whole bunch of damage to targets out of cover on that one. Very good. And then we'll use the magazine from the shotty. Look at that, 149 rounds. And now we're good for PvE with the AR, and we're good for PvP with the M60. And we can put everything else into our golds. So let's go ahead and do all gold. And we should be able to get a gold pistol. Yep, there it is. Gold pistol. And this is very deadly, just so you know. These gold pistols are really good. So if everything else fails, put on the gold pistol. Now for the remainder of your fabric, you have, 3 high-ends. So let's see our best clothing upgrades. This is +2, +1, +6. Yep. Oh, we only have 3 options, so we can get all 3. So there's 1, and we will be at max clothing, so that's really good too. We do not have an all-purple build, so we are going to be weak.
Warning. Immune response detected.
And now we are out of medicine, so we need to get a move on. Alright, so we're at 58 minutes. Let's go. And here is the build. We have all purple and gold weapons, 2 purple gear items. 86 on the toughness. I usually want to be around 100 plus, but we're at 86 because we do not have all purple. Alright, here we go. Now we're going to make our way to the dark zone. And that's where we do a big chunk of our farming for now on, because you get all of the high-end items pretty much instantly. Alright, we want to make sure we don't see... Alright, it only showed the traps. Oh, there's 2 elites right there. We're going to have to get around the elites to go to the dark zone. Now, because we're playing PvP, we want to get to the dark zone as fast as possible. That way, we're the first person into the dark zone. If not, you need to wait and farm as long as you can out here until you see someone else into the dark zone. And I'll show you exactly what I mean here in a second. Because we're going to enter the dark zone, and then it's going to tell everyone in the game that someone is now there. And then everyone is basically going to be rushing over there to try to take each other out. Up until this point, there are no indicators of where the other players are outside of the landmarks. So if you look at your map, just really quick, you can see all of these landmarks are still purple, meaning no one has hit them. So it's going to be really hard for me to see where the other players are, if there are even other players here. Now, the game would typically tell you if there's only 1 player in the lobby, because it would say 1 player remaining. And the fact that it has not told me that yet would signify that there are other players here. I just don't know how many. because no one has hit a landmark, I don't know where anyone is. So then it's kind of like a, you know, first to the dark zone wins type of deal. All right, here we go, dark zone. And remember, there are 6 different locations, and I just ran from that safe house all the way down to this first one. All right, there you go. And there's going to be no more edits because the dark zone is where, you know, the magic happens. Either I die off of some BS or we do some PvP, what have you. But you can see right there, it just said agent in the dark zone. So now everyone knows that someone's in the dark zone. Now, oh, okay, I do know that there is some medicine up here near the ambulance, but I don't want to trigger that aggro for those enemies. And what I do is I farm DZ 2 and 1, and then I get my all gold build, and then I just run around and farm everything. So you can do a loop from the library all the way around to the contaminated zone. That's what I typically do. Or you could do the full loop and then double back to the library. It's actually up to you. It doesn't matter. But if you follow my route, you'll see I'll get the antivirus, I'll get the build up, get everything else together, and we're good to go. I'm going to try not to aggro these NPCs. I'm going to try really hard not to aggro them. There we go. And then double back through the alleyway. That way I hit all the boxes, but I'm avoiding those NPCs so that if there's other players coming in from behind me, maybe they hit the NPCs. But as of right now, this is the most crucial point of the entire survival run, because you're at your weakest point right now with, you know, either a blue build or a blue and purple build, or if you're lucky, an all purple build. But at this point, the enemies are all gold or purples, and they're going to jack you up. So you have to be careful. Oh no, we're about to aggro them. Oh, we're about to aggro them. Oh, we didn't. Oh. And you do get some perps, or some reds. Oh, and then we just aggroed all of them.
Warning. Vital signs indicate probable infection.
Oh, purple drop. Oh, snap. Ooh, they're getting me good here. This is what I meant by you're at your most vulnerable. You get lit up by the purples and elites. Woof. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Get out of here, get out of here. Hey, I just hit another achievement over here on PC. Very nice.
Alert. Infection temporarily stabilized.
And they're all purple weapons. But we gotta go. Because we're right next to a DZ entrance. And what I was trying to say, I got my words all jumbled up there whenever they started attacking me. What I was trying to say is you're at your most vulnerable point right there because you have all the NPCs, you have all the players right there at an entrance, and you're under gear. Because in the dark zone, you want an all gold build. And if you don't have all gold, you're going to be in a world of hurt. Here, we'll double back there in a second. Let's go straight to the antivirus. I didn't want to take out those NPCs, but we just took out all of those NPCs, so that kind of sucks. That means the next player that comes into the dark zone can run straight past them. And then they can get to my position in half the time, you know what I mean? And that makes it very problematic here in PvP. Now, what I like about this position is there's a cover right here, and then you can just sit here. Alright, should be good. The entire point of survival is to get your antivirus and then extract. So we've already got the antivirus, and now we're out of here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to farm for an all gold build, and then we'll start farming all the checkpoints and everything. I mean, all the landmarks and all the extractions. Because every extraction will have a hunter, and then every landmark will have a name down. Pop your head up. There you go. But alright, what I'll probably do is I'll cut to the safe house, and then that'll be the last edit, because I forgot how long we'll be looting right here. So unless we run into anyone, I'll show you that PvP. But if not, I'm going to just go ahead and skip straight to the safe house. So, here we go. Yeah. This is a perfect time to segue into the safe house because I have just ran out of medication, and now I am on the clock. So we have 50 minutes remaining on our infection, and let me show you where I went. So remember, we started at this DZ entrance. We went down south, we picked up our antivirus, and then we pretty much cut it out, right? Well, then I went ahead and I loot the entire DZ1 and DZ2, and then I made my way all the way back to this hideout just outside of the entrance that we started. So I made a big loop. And then if we zoom out, you can see everywhere that I went in today's run, okay? We are finally at the safe house, and I have the same build, purples and blues, with my 1 gold weapon. So let me show you what to do. First up, you have to have a flare gun.
Flare gun required for extraction is now detected.
Next, you need to make sure you're maxed out on clothing. We are. After that, you need to get 2 weapons. I do the G36 and a sniper. The reason I do that is at this time, I'm going to be very, very tanky, and I'm going to catch people off guard with the sniper. So I do the custom M44. That way you can one-shot hunters and players. And then you go to your gear. Again, you start with the holster because it gives you all 3 attributes. There you go. And then just work your way up. We're just getting all gold items. Now at this point, I'm going to run out of fabric, okay? And I got electronics. I don't want that. So we're going to hold that off. At this point, what you're going to do is you're going to convert all of your materials. So starting with your greens to blues, and then blues to gold. And we can actually convert some over. So let's see here. We have plenty of electronics. So let's just do quite a few fabric. That way we can make our all gold build. Let's fill in the rest of our build with gold items. There's our backpack. We just need chest piece and mask. Oh, nope, come on. Give me a good chest piece. There you go. And mask. You usually want tenacious for the mask, but we'll settle for anything. All right, so at this point, you should have an all gold build. And then put the extended mag on the AR, not the sniper, and then the other extended on the pistol. There you go. After that, you can get rid of all those weapons. You can get rid of all your other gear. All right. So at this point, you want to check out your build and look at your numbers. So we're at just over 100k for the firearms and over 126k for the toughness. That's perfect, but we want to make it a little bit better. So let's start with the weapon attachments, and then we will work on the gear mods. So first up, weapon attachments. You go down to your attachments, do 2 of each. So I do 2 high velocity. The reason you do high velocity is it gives you crit and then 2 other random attributes. After that, you go rugged mini reflex. The reason for this is it gives you crit and then 2 random attributes. Following that, you do the loud vent break because it gives you crit and 2 random attributes. You can see a trend here with what I'm doing. And finally, you do 2 small grips because it gives you crit and 2 random other attributes. So you're getting crit guaranteed on all attributes and all attachments. Well, not all attributes, but all attachments, yes. The other ones are random. Sometimes you get double crit, sometimes you don't. It is what it is. Now I start with my AR and I just put the highest DPS on my AR because that will be my primary weapon. And then everything else will go to my pistol. Everything else will go to my sniper, and then finally the pistol. But you shouldn't have anything left over. There we go. We have 1 high velocity, but we're not going to use that. There we go. So at this point, you check out your numbers again. So now we're at 117 and 126. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 mods we can do. So I'm going to do 3 firearms and 2 toughness. So you go to your mods, and you do 3 firearms. Oop, hold on. Now I need enough fabric. At this point, you can go back and convert more materials. But we want 3 firearms and 2 stamina. 1... If you're lucky, you'll get health with each of these mods, but it seems like I will not get health for any of them. Nope. And then 2 stamina. Hopefully we get health on these. Nope. Oop, my bad. Nope. All right. No health on any of my mods. That sucks. But then you equip all your mods. And now, what are we at? We are at 125 and 138. Pretty balanced as far as firearms and toughness is concerned. This is a good balance. So at this point, I think we are ready to go. We have all gold build. We have max clothing. We have maxed out mods. And that is it. Okay. So at this point, I'm not going to be editing or cutting anything else because we're at the last part of the survival run. I'm just going to show you the reason why you want to farm for the landmarks, and then we'll go extract, and I'll take out all the hunters. But we'll do 1 landmark and then all the extractions. But the reason you want to do the landmarks and the named item bosses, or the named bosses, is for the survival cache. And I'll show you exactly what that looks like here in a second. He's Scandy. Okay, there's a landmark right here, and then we'll hit all the extractions. And just a reminder, this is PvP, so we might run into a player as well. Not sure. Okay. So we are at the construction site. Yeah, we'll do this one. Okay, all right. I was double guessing myself there for a second. Okay, construction site it is. Now at this point, what you want to do...
Warning. Infection levels increasing.
Throw your grenade, and then shoot over here to get them to run over here. The reason for that is you want to hit them while they're coming up the stairs. Just like that. Heal up. Do it again.
No letting up.
One might come up from behind you, but it's not looking like the case. Looks like they're all going to be coming up here one at a time. There you go. So at this point, you're just going to have 2 heavies left over here. Now what you can do is you can come down here and you can get in cover and pull out your sniper. Because... oh, he's pushing. They typically don't do that. Whew. Holy moly. I'm trying not to hit any medkits. Oh. There you go. Now you don't want to pick up the normal high-end drops because you can see right there it's just a sealed gear cache. What you want are the drops from the named boss right here, the survival cache. This gives you the most drops, and during the global events, it gives you the global event points. So it gives you both. And that's what you want to do. You want to farm 6 landmarks. And then that way you have all 6 in your inventory survival caches. And that will give you the most loot whenever you go to extract.
Alert. Infection address halted.
Now, because I'm kind of speedrunning this in a sort, we're just going to hit the extractions now. And then we'll pick up the loot from the hunters, and then we should extract with all 6 in our bag. But that is how you do survival. So you work your way to the dark zone, try to get an all purple build, if not blues and purples. Then run around the dark zone, loot everything you can, craft a all gold build, work on your landmarks, and then finally extract. That way you do everything with ease, and then you don't have to worry about being under gear level or anything. And you can just knock all of this out.
Infection progressing.
Now I do still have 40 minutes left on the timer,
Alert.
but I'm going to go ahead and just get this game over with because we've actually been in here for quite a while. And this is your standard sunrise run, where if you stay in here long enough, you'll be able to see the sunrise in the dark zone. Maybe we'll see that after the 3rd hunter. We'll see. Here's the first one.
Approaching for evac.
Behind me.
Warning. Infection levels increasing.
Got him. Got him with the grenade. Very good. Let's see here. Oh, you gave me some medicine. Thank you. There's your first hunter right there.
Infection progress halted.
Down goes Frasier. Now it's one hunter per player. So if another player were to run over here to this extraction point, it would spawn another hunter. But because there's no other players around me right now, there are no other hunters spawning, and then we could just extract here and get at it, the game. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hit the other extraction points and show you the other hunters. Because you can extract in all three and get a hunter at all three. Now you can see none of the landmarks have been hit except for the one I showed you. So I don't think there's anyone playing Survival Sunday right now on PC, unfortunately. Or at least not on the US server. And we're just going to run our way to the other extractions, take out those hunters, and then get out of here. And I'll show you the stats and the in-mission score. But this is the easiest way of getting a master score difficulty, or setting, or whatever.
60 seconds
And I'll
to
show you
go.
what that means at the end. But basically, master is the highest reward you can get for playing survival. Means you're a master at the craft. Or something. Yeah, whatever. Alright, let's go. Run! Next hunter is right here.
30 seconds.
And while that extraction is taking off, I'm going to call this one in. Oh man, so many memories of this extraction. Alright, here we go.
Evacuation helicopter approaching.
Hostile inbound.
I'm going to go ahead and get the medicine right here. Oh, I see him.
Alert. Infection temporarily stabilized.
Oh, I didn't get a headshot. I have not gotten a headshot. Come on. There it is. Hey. Hunter number 2's down. And the first extraction's gone.
Infection levels increasing.
Alright. Second extraction's done with the second hunter done.
Alert. Infection progress
Get all my
halted.
food and drink out of the way, and let's go to the last extraction. We'll be all done. Now, this is overkill, I will admit. You just have to do the one hunter and extract, and you're done. But I am showing all 3 hunter engagements just because I'm showing you where to go, where to call in the extraction, and how to take them out at each of the 3 locations. Because you can call in the hunter wherever you want. There's only the 3 options, though, so if I show you all 3, you have an example for each. And if you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up. What are you waiting on? Come on. Hit the like.
60
Subscribe
seconds to
for
go.
more Division content, and let me know what you think in the comments section below. And finally, shout out where you're from. It's cool to see where everyone is from. Oh, and for this video, let me know the last time you played Survival. Did you play Survival over the weekend? And if so, on what platform? I typically do this on Xbox and PC just because of the next-gen updates, but not so much on PlayStation.
Get ready for evac.
Alright, last
I'm on the
extraction
way.
and we're done.
threat target detected.
I think I saw him. I think I see him over here. Yep, there he is. How's he shooting me through there? Got you with the old shock. GG's, GG's. Let me take that painkiller. And there
Alert. Infection temperature
is your third hunter. All done. Well, that's the way. I like it. We have to wait our 2 minutes and then we can extract. But that's it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Survival PvP run, but sadly today
Warning. Infection
we did
levels
not see
increasing.
anyone for PvP, or at least not right now. Maybe it's an off time. Oop, the second extraction's gone. Yeah, it did not show any other landmarks getting hit at all. Yeah, it showed no other landmarks, but it didn't show that only one player was remaining, so I'm wondering where the other players are, if any. I don't know. Alright, we have 1 more minute. 10 seconds down. Remote!
60
Remote
seconds to go.
control! And just a reminder, you want to double check your gear score. Go to group management. 163 is max, so we are at max gear score. We do have max
30
gear
seconds.
score, so that means everything is gold. We do have 6 in the extraction bags, so we're able to do that, even though only one of them is the cache that we actually want, the survival cache. We also have the flare gun.
15
And
seconds.
we have max clothing. So we should get a fairly good score in today's survival run. And then I can show you the whole, like, ranking system.
Prepping to land.
There we go. And that, my dear agents, is Tom Clancy's The Division Survival PvP
30
in
seconds left to get on
2025.
board.
I hope you enjoyed the run. Now, at this point, anyone could jump in here and extract with me, but they can't take me out. Once you're in the helicopter, you're done. You can't get shot or anything. This is considered a safe area. And there it is.
Evac Hello, returning to Lighthouse.
Hear you made it out, Agent. But you've got some stories to tell, but I'm not even sure I want to know. We'll see you back here. Good work.
All right. There it is. So we did get Master Rank, which is rank 5 for your survival run. We were only able to get 19.2k for the score, but that's not bad for like a speed run. I did get max gear score, max everything. That run was just over 90 minutes. We took out 101 red bars, 35 purples, 7 elites, and 1 named boss. It doesn't count the hunters. Time-sensitive materials we did not have, but everything else, good to go. And we did extract first. No man left behind, allied victory, all that jazz. And hunters defeated. Very good. But there you go. 19.2k for that score. Very good.
entering a safe area.
And now it says we have stuff in our expansion stash. Let's go. We sure do. All right. But that is your survival run for today's Survival Sunday. I am Kamikazevondoom. Hit the like, subscribe, you know all the YouTube spiel, and I'll see you in the next one, all right? Peace out.